As his inauguration date draws nearer, US President-elect Donald Trump is toughening his stance on foreign policy, signaling that his election promises were not just campaign headlines. On the occasion of Christmas, Trump doubled down on his recent statements, which have caused major worry among not just USA's enemies, but also neighbors and allies. Trump posted a savage Christmas wish on his Truth Social platform, targeting China, Panama, Greenland, and Canada. All four of these have been focal targets of Trump's America First declarations since his election victory. Here is what Donald Trump said in his post. "Merry Christmas to all, including to the wonderful soldiers of China, who are lovingly, but illegally, operating the Panama Canal, where we lost 38,000 people in its building 10 years ago, always making certain that the United States puts in billions of dollars in repair money, but will have absolutely nothing to say about anything. Also, to Governor Justin Trudeau of Canada, whose citizens' taxes are far too high, but if Canada was to become our 51st state, their taxes would be cut by more than 60%, their businesses would immediately double in size, and they would be militarily protected like no other country anywhere in the world. Likewise, to the people of Greenland, which is needed by the United States for national security purposes and who want the US to be there, and we will." In one of his most confrontational declarations, Donald Trump has told Panama to either stop charging America high rates for letting ships pass, or give its control back to America, which built the waterway in the early 1900s. Trump has also claimed that China is gaining unusually strong influence in the canal's management, posing a huge security risk for America.
Our Navy and commerce have been treated in a very unfair and injudicious way. The fees being charged by Panama are ridiculous, highly unfair, especially knowing the extraordinary generosity that has been bestowed to Panama, I say very foolishly, by the United States. This complete ripoff of our country will immediately stop. It's going to stop. The United States has a big and vested interest in the secure, efficient, and reliable operation of the Panama Canal.
The US President-elect's statement is believed to be a reference to Hutchison Ports PPC, which controls 2 of the 5 ports adjacent to the canal, 1 on each side. Hutchison Ports is a subsidiary of Hong Kong-based CK Hutchison Holdings. Following Trump's veiled threats, the president of Panama has attempted to dismiss allegations of Chinese influence, while also defying the American leader's demand.
El canal no tiene control directo o indirecto ni de China, ni de la Comunidad Europea, ni de Estados Unidos o de cualquier otra potencia. Cada metro cuadrado del Canal de Panamá y su zona adyacente es de Panamá y lo seguirá siendo. La soberanía e independencia de nuestro país no son negociables. Desde que está en manos panameñas, el canal creció. Es administrado por profesionales idóneos quienes con reglas claras se encargan de su funcionamiento, conservación y mantenimiento, asegurando su operación segura, continua, eficiente y rentable.
Soon after warning Panama, Donald Trump had a message for Greenland, the giant semi-autonomous island part of Denmark. Trump on December 22 said that American ownership of Greenland is an absolute necessity for national security purposes, as it houses a large US military base. During his first presidential term, he had pitched the idea of buying the island from Denmark, but had been snubbed. After Trump's latest declaration, Denmark announced a major boost to funding for Greenland defense, while Greenland's PM said, "We are not for sale." Trump has been even more confrontational with neighbor and ally Canada. The president-elect recently threatened to impose a 25% tax on all products entering the US from Canada and Mexico unless they stem the flow of migrants and drugs into the US. Subsequently, Trump joked about annexing Canada and turning it into America's 51st state. He has been referring to the Canadian Prime Minister as Governor Trudeau since then.
First of all, let's not kid ourselves any way, shape, or form. 25% tariffs on everything going to the United States would be devastating for the Canadian economy. It would require us to pull together and support each other and hang in there to prevent just horrific losses in all of our communities for everyone. They would also, however, mean real hardship for Americans as well. Americans import 65% of their crude oil from Canada, significant amounts of electricity, just about all the natural gas exported from Canada goes to the United States. They rely on us for steel and aluminum. They rely on us for a range of agricultural imports. All of those things would get more expensive. Now, for years, Americans have been paying more for their homes than they should because of unjust tariffs on softwood lumber. Maybe this level of tariffs will actually have them realize that this is something they are doing to themselves. And President-elect Trump got elected on a commitment to make life better and more affordable for Americans. And I think people south of the border are beginning to wake up to the reality that tariffs on everything from Canada would make life a lot more expensive for Americans.
With less than a month to go for Donald Trump's inauguration, his Christmas wish will only have sparked heightened anxiety in his target nations. It remains to be seen if and how the next US president implements his threats.
What the changes in India's population and the differential growth rates.
This city has emerged.
We have a very special guest on the record.
The interview.
The role that the US side played at that point of time.
पूरी दुनिया की नजर.
Assume my phone is tapped. I can probably say hello to Mr. Modi.
आपके भारत पर है.
Episode of Know Your Candidate.
The rising confidence of India under Prime Minister Narendra Modi.
Communist China is the greatest threat.
There will come a day that we will see far more radical extremist.
I'm still a little perplexed by why we.
Your daily dose of news from India and across the world. Cutting-edge views and analysis. Tune into HT videos. Click on the bell icon to subscribe.